Welcome to this new episode of how to create a classic Metroidvania game in Unity. As we created the game over screen in the last episode, in this episode we want to create the main menu screen. This main menu will be rather simple and for now will only consist of a start and exit button. The first step here will be to create a new scene. We will call this new scene main menu. As we open the scene, the next step will be to create a canvas. You can leave the render mode of the canvas at screen space overlay. We know the step from creating the user interface within our level. Now we want to create the main menu. Therefore, we will create a panel using a simple sprite that I prepared. All game assets used in this tutorial that I created myself can be downloaded. Check the video description to find the link for the download via itch.io. In order to prepare the sprite to be used as a panel, open the sprite. In the sprite inspector, set the filter mode to point no filter to keep the pixel aesthetic and set the pixels per unit ratio to 16. Hit apply and go to the sprite editor. We want to always keep the edge of the frame as a panel edge. Therefore, we select the green marker of the sprite and drag it behind the edge for the top, bottom, right and left side. Now we hit apply and close the sprite editor. Go back to your canvas panel and drop the new sprite into the source image. We adjust the size and position of our panel. To center the position automatically, click on the position icon on the top of the inspector. Press Ctrl and Alt simultaneously and click on the middle icon. Now our frame is centered in the middle of the screen and adjusted. Within the panel inspector, we click on Add Component and search for Vertical Layout Group and hit Enter. In the Vertical Layout Group, we set the child alignment to middle center. We set spacing to 2 and unroll the padding. Set the top to 0 and the bottom to 32. Now we can add further elements to the panel, which will be positioned automatically. We start with a raw image for the title. We add our logo to the raw image and click on Set Native Size. Decrease the size a little by setting the scale X and Y to 0.6. Now add a new legacy button. I prefer the regular legacy UI elements over the Text Mesh Pro ones, but that's up to you. We throw the same panel sprite into this button and adjust the size. Set width to 300 and the height to 64. You can copy the same button now, as we need 4 buttons in total: New Game, Load Game, Options and Exit. If you want to have more complex button navigation when using a controller instead of a mouse, you can use an old YouTube tutorial that I created. You will find the link in the video description. As we finished our UI, we need to add scripts to our buttons. Let's start with a very simple exit script. As here you only need to create a public void quit, which runs the code application.quit. For that, also use Unity Engine. Second, we need the script that leads us to level 1. This is also very easy, but now we also need to use Unity Engine.scene management. We create public void new scene in which we call the scene manager load scene name of the scene. If you want to create a loading bar later, I can recommend using load scene async instead, but the simple version is enough for now. The name of the scene here is level 1. As we already added the scene to the scene manager, we don't need to redo the step again, but we should add the main menu there. For this, go to File, then Build Settings and drop the main menu scene here. Go back to your buttons. The last step is to add the scripts to the buttons now. Add the Start New Game script as a new component to the New Game button and the Exit script to the Exit button. With the New Game button, we go on click the plus and attach the button object itself to runtime only. Under our script, we look for the new function, new scene. We do the same with the Exit button. And now we can add the main menu. Of course, we can add some new music to the main menu. You saw that in one of the former episodes before, and you can do some backgrounds too with sprites or tilesets. In the test, we see that after some loading, we get into our scene. In this test, we see that if we die, we don't get back to our main menu, but that is very easy to do as well. So get back to the scene, save the main menu scene and go to the level scene. Here, go to the second canvas, to the game over background, and then to the button return menu. Attach the reload button script and type main menu as a scene name. Also attach the script to the on-click event of the button, and voila, you are ready. As we test, we can see that if we die, we can go to the menu and there we can start a new game. Everything is working now so far. In the next episode, we will create the level menu. So if we press escape, we can switch to the main menu from the level itself. And after that, we will enable saving games via checkpoints and also loading the games from there. So stay tuned for the coming updates.